What's happening, good people? Hope all is well. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for tuning in. You mean to tell me all I had to do was forgive? Man, I wish I'd have did this sooner. I'm gonna tell you why. Because through unforgiveness, we carry the traits of brokenness. We carry the mindset of unhealed and damaged, and I'm wounded, and I'm gonna hurt everybody else as well. I'm gonna keep myself away, and that was me. I was always like, oh, nope, you're not gonna get close to me. You know why? Because the last person hurt me. But what I had to understand was everybody's not the same. But I didn't get to that point right away. Because I used my mechanism of defense with my brokenness as keeping people away. Never giving people the opportunity to understand who they are. And to give them an opportunity to see how can they help me. We miss that opportunity because we're so focused on keeping everybody away and pushing everybody away that we don't want to get hurt. But how do we get help to overcome that hurt? That's the key. But when I decided to forgive, it changed a lot in my life. First, it helped me change was by developing new attributes. When I started to fully forgive within my heart, I started to look at things differently. I started to understand why people did things and why I allowed myself to be hurt by some people. The why is important because if you're still carrying on with those same old unforgiveness, unfulfillment, that resentment and that void, you're not going to be able to develop new attributes to be able to handle people, because everybody that comes along help us learn a lesson within life. And if you miss that lesson, sometimes you keep repeating that cycle, which is key. Noticing the repeated cycles. That's why all I had to do was forgive. Oh man, it was a great feeling just to be able to come and sit down and actually analyze and look over my life and say, do I want to continue to go on and be bitter? And do I want to continue to go on and be broken? And do I want to continue to go on without having my family members around me? Without life goes on, and sometimes as we grow apart, we lose those people. And at that time, we don't see that because we're so stuck in our own bitterness, in our own anger, and our own resentment that we do not care. But meanwhile, life is happening. And if you can't get out of your own way, you'll always be stuck along the path, missing everything that is good for you because you're broken and you're discouraged. All I had to do was forgive was key to my life because I took the time to understand that through forgiveness, my body can be healed. Share testimony with you. I had Crohn's disease through unforgiveness and bitterness. That's an inflammatory bowel movement disease. It created plaque on the small and my large colon intestines. Not nothing to play with. Every time I would be upset with my parents, and I would think about the things that they've done to me, and I would get angrier, and my stomach would inflame and burn. See that? It will burn. Holding on to unforgiveness literally burns your insides. You're literally dying slowly. But it's up to you. Because all you have to do is forgive wholeheartedly and to use the new attributes of being able to understand, showing empathy, forgiving yourself, and accepting for who you are. And always remember, you got to forgive daily. You're not going to always get it right. There's sometimes you're going to have flare-ups, literally. But you got to understand that, okay, this is the flare-up. I want to be able to handle the situation differently. Ask them for a moment. I need a moment, and I'll talk to you later. Or you come back to it. Or if you can just take a second and breathe before you speak and think. Because all I get is we have to gain understanding. This is why we don't have the proper communications with our family members, because we're first to lash out through our hurt and through our pain and through our anger and through our bitterness. But developing the new attributes of understanding, love, forgiveness is key. Because when you have understanding, you'll understand why the hurt is being passed down. And you will understand that you still have to love through the pain. And you have to forgive daily. Not only them, but forgiveness is for yourself. You are greatness over adversity and trauma, destroying the cycle.